Hello everyone. One more time, I was trying to film horizontally. I thought I had prepared everything on my phone. I clicked on the button like right there and I said horizontal because I wanted this video to be seen as a video. I wanted this live to be seen horizontally 16:9 when it becomes a video, but it failed me. But it's okay because when you see it vertical, birds, the algorithm is going to push this video into your feed on your page as kind of like a short. So usually I have more people when I stream like this. Yesterday in my live we talked about health and I said that I was hesitant to talk about it because my channel is about van life, but I thought about it all night, my very short night, because I went to bed very late because I'm very excited to work on my next project. And because we're van lifer, most of you that are following me are van lifer, I think we have one thing in common. I think we're very grounded people. You can be a van lifer and hate the countryside, hate the good food, and not enjoying grounding. And I think that's one thing that we all have in common. If you've watched my videos to the end, hey, vintage van life, you're gonna tell me if you agree with me. But we're not silly people. If you've watched my videos to the end, you know that I always end my videos by saying always barefoot. And you always see me barefoot. I'm also always barefoot, and today I've done a project in the van, and some people are going to be mad at me when they will be watching the video. It will be not the next video tomorrow. The next video tomorrow is going to be about my solar system that I installed, a flexible solar system, but my next video is rebuild. I'm rebuilding the van, not everything, but most of it. And I'm doing it barefoot, and a lot of people told me, be careful, don't be barefoot, you have rusty nails, stuff like that. While I agree, I think that we're taking more risk just driving a car every day. And I don't think that I'm taking that many risks being barefoot. But the reason why I'm always barefoot first is that I live in South Florida. You see behind, my chair, this chair is usually in the corner in the back that you can see, but I turn it this way so you can see a little bit of green and it's better for you to see the landscape than just seeing the wall of my house. I'm never home, and I've been home for the past 10 days, so that's why I'm making like two lives almost back to back, because since I started this journey, this van life journey, um, I had this need to reconnect with nature. I had this need to leave this suburb. I live in a very comfortable suburb, don't get me wrong, but when you're on the road, when you see some rapids, some waterfalls, some mountains, it grounds you to another level, and it's very hard to come back home if you have a home, which I do. So for the past 6 months, even if I was not a full-time van lifer, I spent my last 6 months pretty much in my van, like maybe 90-95% in the van. I was coming home sometimes just for one day. I will just kiss my son, my 23 years old son, and I will just go back. But I've been here for the past, I don't know, maybe 10 days. I've had some work, I'm doing some real estate and health insurance. While I love real estate, especially in the mountains, and it's very grounding. Trust me, it is. I'm not this, sorry, I'm going to say it out loud in the video that I will never delete, and I'm sorry for what I'm going to say, but I'm not this bitchy shark realtor. I'm trying to be very nice, very sweet, because when someone is looking for a house, it's their life. And as a doula, I'm also a doula. I'm a very nurturing realtor. And when people say, oh, it's funny that you've been a doula for 20 years and you went into real estate a few years ago, it's two different things. And I'm like, how is that different? How is that different? It's not. They welcome a baby or a second baby, and I'm here to help them find a new home. And it's for me, it's a family thing. And I I hate most realtors that I've met, and we don't have a good reputations. But there are more and more realtors now like me that are more grounded, more laid back. They don't just do it for the money, because seriously, thanks Riff Wawa, your best realtor. It's a dirty job, and it's a very dirty job. I rarely tell people I'm a realtor. I said I'm a doula because doula sounds more grounded, and it is. But after I had my fourth child, I have four. Remember, if you're new here, you're finding out that I have four. But if you're not new to my channel, you know I have three grown-up. Matilda, 26, Clarence, 23, and Lucy is turning 22, 9/11. Yeah, she's my 9/11 baby. And then I have my 7-year-old Dove that is on my videos. My son is always barefoot as well. Dove, I have a mosquito, can you see? He's always barefoot, but since he doesn't go to school because I homeschool him, it's okay. He doesn't need shoes, except when we go to a store. But back to why I'm barefoot. First, when I was a child, I was always barefoot. I had the need to be barefoot. My grandparents had a house in the south of France, what you guys call, hi Alex, what you guys, when I say you guys, I'm American as well now, but what Americans call the French Riviera. And I was always barefoot, and my grandfather was running after me with a pair of shoes, and he was like, Caroline, Caroline! I do it with my French accent. Mets tes chaussures, mets tes chaussures. It means put your shoes, put your shoes. And he will give me my shoes, and I will just leave them somewhere in the backyard, and they will get destroyed by the landscaper. So my grandparents bought me a lot of shoes, and I was like always barefoot. Few years ago, hi Jason, hello Wisconsin. So few years ago, hi Pop, well, Pop, because we talked about stem cells yesterday on health, I decided to have a small chat today. We're going to talk about health and why I'm always barefoot in my videos, and how grounding can help improve your health. So a few years ago, I had some symptoms here and there, but I was okay. I was like, oh, I'm in my 40s. I'm 48 now. I have neck pain, I have back pain, but I've had many babies. I've had 5 babies. I had a stillborn baby in 2016. So I said I have 4 kids, but I've had 5. So I had a lot of pain, and I was always thinking that it was just aging, which is not very old when you're 40. And my son Clarence, who is right there, but he's getting dressed, so I'm not gonna turn the camera, woke up pretty much disabled, and that was 8 years ago. 8 years ago, yeah, he was 15, and it took us years and years. Will anyone marry me, getting me a green card in the USA? Okay, Yamaha, no. Sorry. I'm trying to answer, and I'm trying to tell my story at the same times, because, hi Juan, I do not like to ignore people. So my son woke up pretty much disabled with a headache, and I sold my house, and I traveled the country to find out what was wrong with this boy. And it took us many years to discover that it was Lyme disease. And I was the one who had Lyme disease, and I passed it down to all my kids via the womb, because yes, I say it out loud, you do pass Lyme disease via the womb. So all my kids have Lyme disease, they don't have the same symptoms. Hey Marie-Charlotte, ça va? Comment ça va chez toi? Marie-Charlotte is my friend, and she's also French, and she has a Chanel where she bakes some wonderful cake. She's French, she lives in California. I will be posting the link of Marie-Charlotte and her wonderful cakes. It's so beautiful, you're gonna think that it's AI. Marie-Charlotte is also gluten-free, and your kids also have Lyme disease. So we traveled the world, and we have tried a lot of crazy, even non-FDA approved treatments. And I was telling Pop Pops, who was here yesterday with me on this on the live that I had made yesterday, that we have spent a lot of money on treatments. We've done stem cells. We've done pretty much everything you've heard of, except for bee venom therapy. So it's shorter to say that, because we've tried everything, like from IV of peroxide, like a lot of stuff, as I said, that's not even always FDA approved. And the only thing that helped, or helped me, helped my 7 years old, was changing your diet and grounding. Let me read some message. We at the beach in San Diego, no network, no battery, merci, trying to stay as much as my... Bah, quand tu dois partir, tu pars. Sorry, we speak French, guys. I just said when she has to leave, she has to leave. Do you like it better in United States or Europe? It's a good question, Juan. I also think that we eventually got all sick with mold and toxins and food because, sorry for the car, my son is moving. I hope it's not too loud. And we all ended up being people are very uptight. There's no more sound. Okay, can you hear me now? Because I don't... Okay, so it's not me. I don't have my mic, because I explained yesterday in the video that my mic goes on without letting me. So now I'm just speaking in front of my camera. So to answer Juan, it was very hard when we moved from France to Connecticut, because while Connecticut is a beautiful state, it's a lot of very uptight people. And my husband, ex-husband, was very depressed. And after 3 years, he wanted to move to Florida, and that's where we are now. We're in Florida. You see the palm trees. If I move, I'm gonna lose the Wi-Fi. I was not very happy when I first moved in Florida, but that's only me, because I love the mountains and I kind of like Connecticut. I had a store there, Pet Extravaganza. I said that yesterday. That's how I got my visa. And thank you. You say câlin is câlin in French. Yes, in Connecticut you have to be politically correct. And even under my cute, I will say, angel Connecticut face, I'm not as strict as they are. I'm a very laid-back person, and it was very hard for me to feed. The first time they saw me on my lawnmower, because if you're new to my channel, you don't know, but I use my lawnmower. Today I use my jigsaw to cut the legs in my van, to rebuild my van. I'm not very handy, but I do a lot of things. And sorry that I don't know why my son was gone, because I'm not even using a mic today and I'm just talking. Maybe someone called on the phone. I don't know. I'm sorry about that. So in Connecticut, I remember when my neighbor saw me on my lawnmower for the first time, she started a rumor that we were broke and we had no more money because we could not afford a landscaper. I didn't even know it was a thing. We had purchased a beautiful home on 1 acre street. It was Fairfield County, so next to New York. It's the most expensive county. And no, we just had a Cap Cadet, a lawnmower, and I was just cutting my grass, not overthinking that here, over there in Connecticut, we had to have a landscaper because that's what people do. Can you, I'm gonna pause 1 second because some people say, my earrings, oh, I bought earrings in a thrift store. for $1. I love thrift stores. Pretty much all my clothes and everything that I have, except the ring that belonged to the mother of my ex-husband, comes from thrift stores. My clothes, everything. I don't spend a dime. I'm a very frugal person, and I just have dresses in my closet. I don't wear pants except when I ski, but I'm a very frugal person. Florida. When I moved in Florida, Juan, I moved in Palm Beach County. And in Palm Beach County, I found the exact same people as Connecticut. Because the more south you go in Florida, the more north it is. All the people from the north move in south. So from Miami to Palm Beach County, even if the weather is beautiful and you have palm trees, you're going to deal with the same kind of people. I divorced a few years ago and I could not afford Palm Beach County, especially after spending all my money on medical treatment to try to cure my son. Sorry, I'm trying to watch my dog. And I moved a little bit north. Where I am now, I'm still south, but I moved away from Palm Beach County and people are more laid back. And I do like Florida, Juan. I like Florida so much now that I even bought a piece of land 4 hours north of where I live. So I have my van. I'm gonna try to show you. I have my van and I travel with my van over there. Sorry, I'm moving very slowly. That's my van. And I van life and I travel to my rural land in North Florida where we have beautiful, beautiful springs. I didn't like Florida at first. When I first moved here, I was like miserable. I was miserable and I was no, it was not a good time when I first came here. I was missing my store because I had my store Pet Extravaganza in Connecticut. I was missing my friends. I had a lot of friends in Connecticut, and I had a hard time making friends here. But since I moved a little bit north of Palm Beach County, I made some friends and it's way more laid back here. Marie Charlotte said, 2%, I will watch the replay, miss you, c'est bon, vas-y. It's okay, don't worry if you have to go, anyone, you just go. I want to ask you everyone, because we have a lot of people. I know Pop Pops is a subscriber already from my channel. I'm not, if you see my eyes moving, it's not that I'm watching myself, I'm watching Dan because I'm trying to read your comments. I'm not a YouTuber with 100,000 people yet, so I can still read. If I had like too many, I will not be able to read, but I can still read. Okay. So we were talking with Pop-Ups yesterday about grounding and diet. So when we were diagnosed with Lyme disease, all of us, we've spent everything we had. We traveled from state to state. I took my son to Tennessee. We traveled everywhere. It's funny because, no, it's not funny, but now that I have my van, I go where I used to go with my son a few years ago, but now I can actually stop. I don't have appointment with doctors, so now I'm enjoying my life. And nothing worked. Nothing worked except doctors were like they were quacks. They were taking your money and nothing worked. 2 years ago, I became carnivore. I became carnivore and I also stopped. I quit drinking. I never really drank in my life, but I completely quit drinking 2 years ago and I became carnivore back in May. High sky fall and everything changed. Not only I lost maybe 15, 20 pounds, but it cured my arthritis. It was triggered by Lyme disease, my kidney stones, and pretty much like everything. It's just amazing. I also had knee pain. It was not the knee pain, but I had like my knees, they were like floating, you know, like my joints were loose. I don't know if you've ever had these feelings. Ricky said hi there, how are you doing and where are you from? And Skyfall, where are you from and what time is it for you if you're not in Florida? Because if you just joined the chat, we are in Florida here. I'm a van lifer, and I decided to talk about health because in all my videos, I end up my videos by saying always barefoot. And I wanted to explain to my viewers today. Arkansas, Ricky, that's my next trip. I want to go to Arkansas. Are you in the Washita Mountain or Ozark? I really want to go there, and I'm following a YouTuber, Washita Mountain Living. I don't know if you know this guy. He has like 100,000 followers. Mike, his name is Mike, and he's in the Washita as his channel, and it's beautiful there. And I've been wanting to go to Arkansas for a while now. Marie Charlotte, I think she left, but she knows. I've been wanting to go there. I think it's a beautiful state, and it's a very friendly state for tiny houses, converting a shed. The zoning is very, very, very laid back. You are near Fort Smith, North Crawford County. So I've never been there, so it's, if you split, like it's closer to Washita or closer to the other mountain. Kahana, a blessing from Corpus Christi. Texas, yes, my daughter was just in Texas a week ago. Well, beautiful state, beautiful weather as well. That's another state that we have to go to. I have many states that I need to visit. And this is why I started this journey with the van, and I'm going to travel, but one thing at a time. For now, I'm exploring Florida a little bit more. There are so many people, my neighbors, people that live right there, that have never been to North Florida, and I'm exploring from the south. I'm exploring North Florida, the springs, Ginny Springs, Ishetukni Springs. It's so beautiful. Florida is a beautiful, beautiful state, and it's big. If you look at the map, I have to go to. You are in Northwest Arkansas. Okay, I see. And how is the weather there in Northwest Arkansas now? And do you have a lot of ticks? Because this year on my land in North Florida, we've had like a lot of ticks. I pulled maybe 3 ticks off me this year. My dogs, maybe 6 or 7. It's crazy. Like when I go on my land in North Florida, so we're north of Gainesville, oh my gosh, there are ticks everywhere. It's just insane. There's been some rumors that the government is releasing ticks on lands, on farmer lands, that there are some bugs of ticks. I don't want to be like a complotist or anything, but I believe that something is wrong, because I've never seen that many ticks in my life. And I used to live in Connecticut, and I also lived in Maryland, and we have more ticks this year than ever. A lot of rain in Florida. Juan, yes, when it rains, it rains. It will, yes, it rains a lot, but it can stop within like 20 minutes. So you always have, yeah, Juan say, yeah, it's very tropical, and the rain is hot, so you're not cold. I usually put my buckets right here. See, I have some buckets here. And when it rains, I put my buckets right here, and I collect the rain, because we have some fish tanks, and I don't use the water from the tap water. I'm not using tap water because we have chlorine and fluoride, and if I put tap water into the fish tank, the fish will die. So I usually collect the rain water for my fish tank. As I said, I'm very into like natural things, and not things that cost a lot of money. As I said, I'm always barefoot. Um, yes, yes, Juan. Yes, yes, for Lyme, and now they kind of want us to have alpha gal. So people say that's when you become allergic to the red meat. It's not. It's not just the red meat. It's all mammals. So when you get this tick, they have I think that's the female that has a white dot on the back, but the male doesn't have it. You get alpha gal, and when you get alpha gal, you become allergic to all mammals. So it means red meat, pork, all mammals, even dolphin. You will think it's a fish, but it's mammals. So there are so many things that you can't eat anymore. So it doesn't, usually it reverses itself within 5 to 7 years, but during those years you have to be very, very careful, and you can only eat like poultry, no more rabbits if you eat rabbit, and yeah, pretty much poultry and fish. Um, the water evaporates really quickly there. No, here it's, well, like Florida is a swamp. But yes, I agree with you, Juan, about the ticks, and it's a problem because I'm gonna stand up since this video say come grounding with me, but I'm always barefoot. I'm gonna show you. See, I'm not cheating. I'm always barefoot, because when you ground with the earth, and we're not grounding. Hi, Dr. Shingle. It's possible, unless you've watched my videos, but I've never seen your name before. I'm everywhere. I've been to the carnivore meeting in Tennessee, not this year, but the year before. It's possible that you've seen me. I don't live in Maryland, but yeah, pop-ups. I used to live in Maryland when I was trying to cure my son from Lyme disease, and I was in Annapolis. There was a doctor there who was working at Johns Hopkins, and he said that he could cure my son, and I've done something that I don't know, most people will never do, but I sold my home. I bought a house there, blind, that I had never seen, because I wanted to live 7, 8 minutes away from this doctor who was supposedly one of the best Lyme doctor maybe in the world, and we moved there and it did nothing, but we learned a lot, and I have no regrets, because while we were there, we found out more about Lyme disease. I knew about the labs and everything. I used to live in Pennsylvania, so we were just right close to PA. I wish we had some Amish there. You have a lot of Amish. If I had some Amish here, I will ask some Amish people, to builders, to build me a shed to live. Charles County, yes, I do love Pennsylvania. It's a beautiful state too, and you have the mountain and the Appalachian Mountain as well. Yes, I've lived in Connecticut, Maryland, South Florida. Now I have a land in North Florida, and I've had a cabin in the mountain in North Carolina. And originally I'm from France, near Paris, and my grandparents lived in the south of France. So the French Riviera, as you said, as I said earlier. So I'm from everywhere. Um, Thank you, Dr. Shingle. So, are you a doctor, or is it just your name on YouTube? I'm a doula. Um, so usually doctors do not like me. Doctors don't like doula because we prevent them from billing our patients. You're a dentist. Oh, well, okay. Well, then we're not friends. No, sorry. I'm just joking with you, but I don't eat sugar, carbs, or anything. And you're gonna be mad at me, huh? But I haven't seen a dentist in 10 years, 15 years. But I don't have any cavities. I wonder too how much an Amish will charge to build a shed on the site. Oui, oui, je suis française. Je suis française et je viens de Paris. Yes. Do you speak French? Anybody speaks French here on the chat, except my friend who is here, Marie-Charlotte. Oui, oui, je viens de Paris, but I live in America, and I've been living in America since 2011, and I'm now American since last year. I am John Paulson, Arizona. So I plan to celebrate my 49th birthday, not my 50th, my 49th, because I feel like people always celebrate their birthday when they change decade. And I want to celebrate my 49th, not 50. So I will be turning 49 in March, and I was planning to be in Arizona for my birthday. But everybody is telling me to come before March, maybe December, January, because I have a van. I van life. If you just join the van, and I'm planning to go there with the van. You say no. Sadly, I'm Korean and I barely speak English. Do I speak too fast for you? Pop pop. I live outside of DC in Maryland. You live there, so yeah. You know, crazy story about health again, because we're talking about health. So I was living in Annapolis for my son's health, and I had my baby with me, although I have my doggy. And when we were waiting for my son's medical marijuana card, because at some point I wanted him to stop all the meds that he was on, and I was not that I'm okay with marijuana. I've never smoked myself, but I think it's better than most of the meds. I used to drive to Washington DC all the time, because DC marijuana is recreational. So I was driving there. It was just during COVID, and I was feeling like a drug dealer. I swear, like I was meeting people in the street to buy marijuana for my son. So that's the memories that I have from DC. My birthday is March 15, so I will be. I still have some time before March. We are just in August, so I'm not even 48 and a half. I'm 48 and 5 months old. So March 15, I'm turning 49. I'm 18 in Korean age system, but 19 in inch. Okay. Oh wow, so messy to explain, but oof, you've triggered something in my brain now. I'm going to ask ChatGPT or AI why you are 18 in Korean age and 19 in international, because I saw that the entire world had the same system. A year is 365 days and a quarter. Okay, but I trust you, and you say it's messy to explain, so I'm not going to ask you to explain. Do you understand English enough to understand this live? It's funny. And what time is it there? It's funny. Yesterday I had someone from Iran. I have people from all over the world. It seems to happen when I do this live around 6 p.m. It's 6 p.m. now, and look, Apple is always there, right? And I was telling you something yesterday in the live, that I don't dye my hair. You see, I have gray hair and I barely wear makeup. I dyed my hair 6 months ago, because someone talked to my youngest child, the one who is 7, and said, "Are you on vacation with your grandmother?" So apparently I look like a grandmother. Something else about health: I don't believe in makeup, cream, products in general, so I'm not using any, because I truly believe that everything is toxic. For me, makeup is kind of like processed food. I don't put everything on me. I don't. Sometimes I do my nails, but my nails have been horrible, 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 because I'm working in my van, and I had my jigsaw like minutes ago, and I was like cutting a leg, and I wish I could show you what I was doing, because I'm rebuilding the entire van. I'm ready to go back to North Carolina on Friday, and I want the van to be done on Friday. And this week I also put a solar system on the roof. And like I said, once you start a project, you have the power. You empowered. So when I was done with this project, I'm like, I'm gonna finish that, because I want to travel west, as I said earlier. And for me to travel west and be more independent, more off-grid, this van needs to be more off-grid. And I only had a power station with no solar system or anything, and I'm really planning to connect with the earth even more. And for that, I'm gonna make some longer trip further away from my home, so my van has to be ready, and we should be proud. Yes, Yes, don't be careful with soap and everything. Everything is toxic now. I bought some soap last time from an Amish community and even from the Amish store, supposedly the Amish store. It was awful. It had a bad smell. It was very strong. It was full of dye. And yeah, I'm a crazy mom who tells my son not to drink or eat that because it had food dye. That's how far I went. And I was not this kind of mom. I was not this Connecticut mom, the kind of PTA mom that I hate. I was a very laid back mom, but as I said, when I moved from France to America, we all became sick, we all gained weight, and now I'm this annoying Karen, who tells my kid, I'm telling my kids not to eat gluten, sugar, carbs, and everything. In some cultures, they count the 9 months in the womb. Yeah, pretty much every. Oh yeah, okay, pop-ups, yes, and about pregnancy, because I'm a doula, I'm going to tell you right away. Pop-ups. Obviously, you have kids. In America, when a woman is pregnant, they count 40 weeks since their last period, so 30 weeks of pregnancy. So let's say 40 weeks. But in the rest of the world, except for Australia and Canada, it is 41 weeks. And if you count on a calendar, and if you count 9 months, 9 months is 41 weeks and 3 days. But that's another thing where we are being failed by the system. The system is failing women. Here in America, they want to trigger all women. If the baby is not out by 39 weeks, they want to induce women, they want the babies out. When in France and in many, many countries in Europe, we will just let the women go to 41, maybe 42 weeks, but not here. Everything is fast. Fast food, fast labor, fast pregnancy. It's uh, it's a country where you have to adjust. I've adjusted now because I've been here since 2011 and I've learned how to adjust. And I don't really always follow the strict rules of this country, and I'm trying to find my own freedom. And as I said, I van life. I'm trying to go off grid as much as I can. I'm trying to disconnect from the system, so I earth and I ground more with nature, because we need this even for your own mental. I also believe that when you're not doing well up there, you're creating toxin, and you're just creating so many toxins that you overwhelm your own system and you become physically like ill in many, many, many countries. And we have people from Asia here on the chat. When someone is sick, they look at your entire body and they don't treat just the symptom, but they search for the root. And in America, we don't know how to do this anymore. Sorry, I have the train and it's very loud. So I've learned how to treat myself and my family from the root, not just from the symptom. I know that if I have wrist pain, I know now it's that because I have been exposed to the mold. So I'm not just gonna take a lotion or something and have a massage or massage my wrist. I know that I have been exposed to the mold, and I know that my whole body needs to be flushed and I need to detox. It's a whole detox. But Western medicine forgot this, and as a doula, I'm always spending a lot of time with doctors, and it's awful to say because they have way more degrees than I have, and I'm the one with the lowest degrees, but health-wise, I'm doing better than them. And I'm working sometimes with OBGYN that are younger than me, and they don't even work like 30 or 40 hours in labor and delivery like I do, because I'm the one who stays or sticks with the mom to the end, and I'm up on my feet sometimes for 40 hours, and they're like, oh my gosh. And they were like in the labor and delivery room for only 20 minutes, and while they walk from one room to another, but they can sit. And thank you, MR Medi. And I'm here like squeezing my clients' hips or helping them when they have a contraction, and I don't even complain about pain because I feel like I'm healthier because my diet is better, but not only my diet, my mindset. And I promise you, since I started this journey of van lifing, if you're new to my channel, I bought a van 6 months ago and I started van life. Since I van life, and I've seen so many beautiful sceneries, from waterfall to rivers to the mountains to the beautiful springs of Florida, my anxiety level went from there to here, and I feel so much better. Do you got any granddaughters that I can marry? Oh, my daughters are not even married, and I'm not a grandmother yet. And my daughter, my first one, she's a pain in the ass. Sorry, I said that out loud, but it's okay because she doesn't watch my videos, so she will never know. Then my second is a boy, and my third one is a girl, and she's 21. And this one, she's financially very independent, and she doesn't want to get married or have someone. The first one wants to get married and have babies. She's 26. She's not easy. I love her very, very much. No, she's seeing a guy. She's never single. She's never single. But she's kind of like me. She doesn't stay in one place. She's moving all the time from one place to another. So I never know where this girl is. She's kind of like me. We can't, in this family, we can't live in the same house for more than 4 or 5 years. By the time I was 14, I had already moved 14 times. And now that I have the van, I van life and I travel, and it's been harder and harder to come home. I'm home now, and I haven't been home for, I don't know, 6 months, and it's crazy to just to stay home, because the reality is catching you, like I like to say that. But you know, I have my mailbox and I get my bills, and that's the reality. And when I van life, I still work. Don't get me wrong. When I am in the van, I work from home. When I'm not doing real estate, I'm doing health insurance. If you're not in America, you don't know, but I'm doing Medicare. It's for the 65 and plus, or disabled people, and what we call Obamacare, ACA, marketplace insurance, and it's super boring. And I'm doing this, but I don't really believe the system, so it's kind of borderline for me, because I tell people they don't need to see the doctors all the time. They need to have a healthy diet. They need to find happiness. They need to ground. They need to walk barefoot. And if you can walk barefoot, you can just try those grounding mat that you plug into the neutral, the grounded. So the run, when you have your outlet, you have 1, 2, 3, right? I was that bad, so I'm gonna explain it to you. And you plug your grounding mat into the neutral one, and you're sleeping completely grounded. Well, I stopped that because now I'm always barefoot. Water births, we've had many water births. Most hospitals now don't like this. I love it. Not every mom likes it. Usually they get hot, and most of the moms that I've worked with, they get out of the bath at some point because they're sweaty, they're hot, and they're nauseous. So they're very disappointed that they're pushing their babies out, not being in the bath, because they were feeling like dizzy in the bath. But it's amazing. But we have rented a lot of tub, but I will say that 80% of my moms who had a tub gave birth outside of the tub, because when obviously you don't have an epidural and you go completely natural when you are in the tub, and they feel dizzy, maybe because it's Florida. But even when I was in Connecticut, I don't know, most of them didn't feel like they wanted to push in the water. But I think it's great. And also, if you have too much fluid or blood in the bath, sometimes we don't have enough time to clean the water and we have to get them out, which again, it's hospital policy. If it's home, it's easier. When they deliver at the hospital, they have stupid policies and they want the moms out the minute there is some blood or fluid or some stuff like that. But it's impossible to have a birth without fluid. Sorry, I'm trying not to give too much information, because a lot of people are disgusted by birth. Well, in medulla, I've seen everything from C-section, twins, I keep the placenta. I'm doing placenta encapsulation. I have 3 placentas right now in capsules in my cabinet that I will be delivering to moms. They do consume their placenta because, except for the giraffe, we are the only mammals on the planet that doesn't eat the placenta after birth. So that's another thing, but I don't want to discuss you guys, and we're going a little bit off topic because every time I say that I'm a doula, the moms are like, oh my gosh, I had my baby 7 years ago. It's kind of like when you have a dentist. Or, oh my gosh, I have a cavity here, you know. There are some jobs like that. Like every time you tell what you're doing, people just they come on you like if you were a magnet. But doula is no, I'm sorry, Sean, but I do not share numbers, and there are people that are trying to send me some text on WhatsApp, but I do not do this, and I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be rude, but I don't share numbers on my YouTube page. So, or WhatsApp or whatever, you'll find me. So yes, when you say you're a doula, like people just come to you and want to know exactly what you're doing. Maybe not men, but it's natural, but I'm trying to be, I have some pudor. Like I don't want to share everything because I feel like it's a magical moment. Men are not always ready for that. Men are very fragile, actually. And I've had many men who passed out, and I've had many men who just could not handle the birth of their wives. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay if they have to go and go downstairs and smoke a cigarette. Uh, I understand it's a very overwhelming time, and I respect their choice. But look at Miss Apple right now. So yes, back to the topic of being healthy. When you travel and when you're visiting new places, your mind feels at ease and you're in a more peaceful environment. I really believe that it helps the mind, helps the body, and we have this ability to restore our own cells, and we forgot about this because the Western medicine is just making us buy pills. But I've ditched all my pills when I became carnivore 2 years ago, and I'm feeling so much better. But for that, I have to disconnect sometimes from the world, and disconnecting from the world means disconnect from people, people that hurt me in the past, or people that have a bad influence or are always negative, or they just they can't stay in my circle. My best friend said, oh, that's because you have trauma from your childhood, but many people had traumas during their childhood because we are this generation. I'm from the 70s, so I'm Gen X. And I grew up in France, so I was from a generation where it was okay, not okay, but we were hit. Our parents had the right to slap us, and we were walking in the street. We were walking from home alone, and we had to deal with everything on our own. I mean, that's how it was for me. And when we grew up like that, we realized that we can't always count on people, so we take them out of the circle. And I think it's okay sometimes that you have to close the doors and run away from all these negativities. I'm watching 2 or 3 YouTubers, not that many. I'm watching in the van life community. Well, I'm watching Bob Wells, of course. I love Lady Bug Out. I don't know if you guys know her, but I'm only watching the one that not drama queens that smile all the time, because we need this. And in this world, if you go on Facebook now and you post on Facebook, and I'm starting to have some haters as well, but most people on my YouTube channel are very nice. But if you post something today on Facebook, you'll have haters. People that don't know you, or maybe they have seen you once or twice, or they have just seen a post from you. They think they know everything about you. You posted 5 times and they think they know everything about you. Kind of like here on YouTube, I met a guy yesterday at my local thrift store who said, oh, I know you, you have your YouTube channel and you're doing this and you're doing that. But on my YouTube channel, I'm only sharing what I'm willing to share. I'm sharing what I want you guys to see. It doesn't mean that you know everything about me, but what I mean is that I'm trying to stay away from the people that are negative. And there will always be haters. Fuck them. I just say it. I didn't say it. You made me read that. Yes, fuck them. Absolutely. And the funny part is that when I have, no, you're fine. And you know what? I'm French, so I say it with my French accent anyway, so it's cute. Uh, but you know what's funny? It's they help you because whatever they post, they're posting something. So the algorithm is saying that I get comments, I get interest, they will push. So every time, but I rarely had haters. I had one hater once, and it was a realtor who worked with me before, so it was not a real hater. But still, they're still watching your videos, so they give you watch hours and they give you more comments, and unless they put a thumb down, but it doesn't really hurt us, it's actually the opposite, it's helping us. Don't worry, here major, I'm not super uptight, and I have no problem saying the F word. I look like a very classy woman, but I'm not uptight. And I think, like you said, I don't mind about haters. When I started on Facebook a few years ago, I admin many Facebook groups. Nothing, it has nothing to do with van life. It's more about health, IVF, the in vitro babies. I've been helping women getting pregnant. And over the past 10 years, all my groups have grown. I'm not making any money from that because Facebook doesn't pay. It's not YouTube, and I'm not being monetized on YouTube yet. But I'm growing my Facebook groups, and the only haters that we had were actually doctors. But I don't have any haters because I'm helping people, and I don't think I'm doing anything bad. If people think that it's boring, and I've seen someone, you can scroll up, who said boring, well, don't waste your time. Don't type. I'm here, I'm just chatting with you, and it's hard to make a live because we can use any B-roll, and I'm trying to read your comments. And yes, that's great. I hope you'll be safe. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you. It's not dark yet. But I don't mind about haters. Really, they do not hurt my channel. Au contraire, they're helping my channels. But I don't really have any haters because I'm not doing anything bad, and I'm very careful even during this live when I talk about health and grounding and walking barefoot, and I can say it out loud that I did take ivermectin, I did take the horse paste when I was diagnosed with Lyme disease. I've done some stuff, but I'm not, don't worry, I'm not trying to create a group where I go against the system because I don't want to be this woman who goes against the system. I think what I think, I know what I'm doing, but I'm not here to go against the system and create groups to be complotists. So I'm I trust me, I know what I'm thinking, but I'm not trying to push people to do what I'm doing. That's what I mean. Don't worry. What time is it where you are at? You probably told me. I'm sorry, but I have a lot of people who joined this live. So if you have to go, you have to go. We've been talking for almost 1 hour. It's one of my longest live. So I'm gonna let you go. Yes, I'm an independent thinker, and when I was diagnosed with Lyme for the first year, I was trying to help some of my friends, my neighbors, some acquaintances. I was trying to pass down my knowledge, but some people don't want to hear, and I quit. I stopped doing that. There are some people that kept my numbers or kept my messengers, and they came back to me 2, 3, 4, 5 years later and said, well, Caroline, you were right. My son was diagnosed with Lyme disease, and you were right, and you're the one who pointed me out into this direction. But now I've completely changed. I feel like I'm sending some informations here and there, You're gonna have to read between the lines, and you know that I know about mold, about Lyme disease, about ivermectin, about all the herbal stuff, about the fact that we all have parasites. I know about the gus. I know about what they put in the gluten and why we are all allergic all of a sudden with gluten when our grandparents could eat bread all day long, because I know they have modified the gluten, the cereals, the sugar. I know what they put in our food, but I'm not going to create a Facebook group, or I'm not going to have a carnivore channel on YouTube. There are many doctors, Dr. Kenberry, Dr. Kears. Dr. Kears happened to be my IVF doctor. He's the one responsible for the birth of my child. And he's a carnivore doctor. And he's the one who told me I was 40 years old. And he said, I've done IVF because I had a cancer. It's a long story, and I'm gonna end this live maybe in 5 minutes because I have to cook for my kids. But he's the one who said if you cut out the carbs and the sugar, your IVF will be successful. And I cut the carb and the sugar, and I did get pregnant at 40 years old after a cancer. The only reason I had to have IVF is that I had a cancer and I had an ablation. I mean, it's a long story, so I could not get pregnant the natural way. And I did get pregnant. And I've been helping so many women. But when I tell some women that they cannot get pregnant because they have inflammations, some listen, some don't. And I stop there. If they rethink about what I said and they want to contact me, they're welcome. Jose Spanish. Well, je suis française. I'm French, but I'm an independent thinker. Yes, I am, but um, I'm not forcing anyone. I'm a little bit mad that my kids are not doing the right thing. But as I said with my ex-husband, my ex and I are very close. We actually spent the day together with our 7 years old. We took the golf cart. My son was following us on his motorcycle, e-bike, and we spend our day today at the playground here. So I'm very close to my ex because we have 4 kids, and a lot of people think that it's very unhealthy, but he needs me, I need him, the kids need him. So even if we're divorced, we're still very close. And he said, you know, for the kids, they know about the health, they know about what it's in our food, and when they will be ready, and they will be one time, they will do what they have to do. It's very easy to say you have to quit drinking, you have to stop sugar, you have to stop card. It's harder to do it. And I did it 2 years ago, a little bit more than 2 years, back in May, 2 years ago. So May, juillet, août. Sorry, I count in French. So almost 2 years and 3 months, and I feel so much better since I'm a carnivore. I lost weight, I'm happier, I have less brain fog, I have no more knee pain, no more neck pain. I had colitis, it's all gone. So I'm doing better. But again, I'm not here to influence anybody. If someone wants to know how it's working, how you can start a carnivore diet, what supplements I take, I'm going to tell you right now. I don't always take supplements. I take iodine, and not even every day. Sometimes I forget. And now I'm taking NAC because I have been re-exposed to mold. But most of the time, I eat a lot of eggs, a lot of meat, a lot of fish, and I don't even take supplements. I don't really believe in pills. And when I say pills, I don't believe in supplements either. Now it's true that the soil is depleted from minerals, and I use a lot of minerals like Celtic salt and natural stuff. I make my own sole water, but I could go on and go on. And I'm always interrupted because I read your comments here, and I'm trying to reply to everybody. But again, this channel is not about health, but because we van life and because we all have this interest in common, we all like the nature, the river, the mountains, the falls, the trails. I think we're kind of connected with the nature, and if we're not connected, we lose ourselves in this very, very crazy life that we have built in America, because we're trying to live an American dream, but it's not a dream. America is a dream, don't get me wrong, but you have to live it your own way, and you don't have to please anyone, and you don't have to stick to the system. You have to find your own exit. It's been 1 hour and I'm gonna go barefoot as always. And now that it's 7 p.m., I'm gonna take my lawnmower because it's a good time, and I'm gonna mow my grass barefoot as always. You see, and I'm gonna see I'm barefoot, and I'm gonna end this chat now because I left you very fast yesterday after my son Clarence left the dogs out. Sorry, I feel like I just disconnected. I'm gonna go for today, and tomorrow, Wednesday, 6 p.m., you can see my new video. And pop-ups, thank you for the heart. Watch my video tomorrow and you have a lot to you have more videos to catch up. Okay, I will see you tomorrow 6 p.m. Wednesday 6 p.m. is when I release my new videos. I post once a week and I post some shorts randomly about the dogs, as you know. Oh, then I'm not sure how to say your name, Dan. I'm leaving, Dan. We've been talking for a good hour already. I will have maybe another live next weekend, but I was saying my video is going to be public tomorrow at 6 p.m. I post every Wednesday 6 p.m. and it's about van life, even if we talk about health, because it's all related. So let me go. I'm gonna go barefoot, use my lawnmower, and I'm gonna take care of this grass before I go back into my van for another adventure in North Carolina. See you soon, and thank you everyone for joining. I have more and more people every live, and I'm very happy. Thank you guys.